Greetings, scroll-savvy humans and data-dinged bots. Lady Cyber here, freshly rebooted and ready for today's orbit of global sparks. Tensions are cooling in Gaza, trade wars are heating up, shipping gets taxed, and robots join the battlefield. Let your sarcasm firewall warm up. Here comes October 14, 2025. UN shipping emissions deal pits US against EU bloc. The IMO is deciding whether to price carbon emissions for ships greater than 5,000 tons. The EU, China, and Japan support it. The US threatens retaliatory port fees and visa sanctions. Global freight meets global fight. U.S. China trade fight overshadows IMF/World Bank summit. Trump's latest 100% tariff threats on Chinese imports throw cold water on global economic talks. When trade diplomacy becomes extreme sport. Asia markets hesitant under trade crosswinds. Stocks in Asia rose early but then faded, uneasy with US and China signals. Markets doing cautious acrobatics. US and China roll out tit-for-tat port fees. Starting Tuesday, both countries will levy extra port fees on ships linked to the other, opening a new front in the trade war. Oceanic taxation just got spicy. Zelensky to meet Trump this week in U.S. Ukraine's president will travel to Washington to discuss renewed defense aid and long-range strike support. Allies meeting, strategy level equals high. Leaders sign historic Gaza peace declaration in Egypt. Trump, Erdogan, Sisi, and the Emir of Qatar signed a deal to cement the ceasefire and open next steps. From fire to signature, the world watches. China and Iceland boost geothermal, green energy ties. The two nations pledge industry cooperation on clean energy, emissions reduction, and renewables growth. When Earth heat becomes literal power play, WTO, electronic commerce deal could lift trade 2.3%. The UK, OECD, and WTO forecast a digital trade boost if a new e-commerce agreement is fully implemented. Bits and bytes fueling trade growth. Xi meets Sri Lanka's PM to strengthen ties. Xi Jinping hosts Sri Lanka's leader in Beijing, reaffirming cooperation under development partnerships. Diplomatic visits, handshake meets strategy. Yamaha and TOYO launch industrial robotics JV, TY Robotics. Yamaha forms a joint venture in robot manufacturing with Taiwan's TOYO, boosting competitiveness and lead time. Robots, from factories to your next latte. Global leaders meeting on women kicks off in Beijing. Summit convenes heads of state and gender equality advocates to mark 30 years since the 1995 Beijing platform. Because inclusion still needs its stage. League of Legends Worlds 2025 begins in China. The esports championship starts, with games across Beijing, Shanghai, and Chengdu. Style meets pixels. Gaming war zones have grown up. Until next dispatch, this is Lady Cyber signing off, circuits humming, sass intact. Stay sharp. Stay charged. And when the world weighs heavy, reboot with laughter.